Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Souls. So, in the last episode, we left off in this area. Just trying to see if there's a pathway here, hidden pathway, but there's nothing. So, there's this white chick stuck to another spider. So you can reinforce your Estus flask here. And you can also enter a covenant. You can try to talk to her, but she doesn't say anything. Do I not? Why not? You look like you're not here through your own will. I kind of feel some, I don't know, some sort of level of pity for you. Plus I like the background music. And sweet, we get some pyromancy spell. And it was at this point that I thought of, leveling up pyromancy. Since it's not that detrimental to invest in pyromancy spells, because you don't have to level up your character in any specific stat except for attunement, which I'm already doing anyway. And all I need to do is level up my pyromancy flame, that is. But I end up screwing that up, so if you're a pyromancer out there, first off, don't kill the dude that was in front guarding this area to begin with. So that's definitely helpful. There's also another thing you shouldn't do, and I'll come back to that probably not in this episode, but sometime down the road. So just now there was some sort of pathway, some sort of shortcut, but we don't have it. Doesn't seem like it's open to us. So for this covenant, I think it's called the Chaos Servant. You can offer humanity to level up your covenant rank, and you get some bonuses. Here I'm just messing around a bit. I don't really do anything important, so I come back and decide to level up. First I mess around with this dude's body. At least I think I do level up. As you can see, the spell we just got from joining the Covenant was a Great Chaos Fireball, and that requires 2 slots. Only has 4 uses, which is not that much, and requires 2 attunement slots to equip it. Anyway, so here's my leveling up. As you can see, with like 20,000 souls we can level up 3 stats straight away, which is decent. Let's talk to our leader. Again, the first covenant that I was in was what? The Way of White? Just some random NPC talking. Was it Petrus? And you're just joining randomly. But this, I don't know, I have to. Which is kind of funny since I killed the dude that was guarding her anyway. And the whole point is if I became part of the Covenant, or part of a servant basically, that he would have let me by. Which is also kind of influenced my decision, Since I killed the guy, I figure I'd be like, the next guardian. I'll take care of the Covenant leader. Another chick in attached to a spider. And so here I skip to the swamp area in Blighttown. This is where I'm going. So in this episode, basically I'm just going to be running around Blighttown. I mean, the swamp area at least of Blighttown, just to see what's here, because I didn't get to run around here before fighting K-Lag. So I thought it would be, decent to search up for items and such, to see any goodies that are hidden here, because I'm sure there are going to be some goodies. Whoa! I didn't see him. Can I get poisoned in the process? And I get smashed in the process. Swords not so effective really. At least my swords. Oh, backstab, sweet. Is he dead? No, not yet. Nope, still not dead. Another backstab. You're still not dead. What the hell? Oh! Nope, still not dead. Still not dead. Still not dead. Maybe I should just stick to my spells. Finally. That was a wasted effort. So next time we meet those dudes, we're gonna be sticking to spells, hopefully. Ah, I just missed out in time. Now the only reason I'm more comfortable running around here now is because I know we've got 10 Estus Flask. I know the bonfire in this area I kindled. The bonfire with the Chaos Servant Covenant, the Covenant I joined. That one gives you 10 Estus Flasks anyways, like the Filing Shrine. So that's sweet, so I know I've got plenty of Estus Flask. I know the area is close by, so if I die here, I can easily come back. Yeah, my spells are taking ages. And I'm going to be fast forwarding through this episode a bit some as well, because just to save time, basically. If you remember, this is still near the area where I was in the last episode, where the cave was, where the wheel was. Let's get some other items. I'll be stopping every now and then when I get some items. You see, that's where the torches were, and I'm just skipping back to that area because, yeah, I didn't really do much running around aimlessly, so I decided to edit all that out just to make life easier for you guys. I know you guys are probably bored with Blighttown by now, but we get some decent items here, so I think it's decent to show off some of these items that we get. Be nice if our poison resistance was higher though. So I decided to rest here just to gain back my 10 Estus Flask. Also lay down a summon sign just in case. And I'm gonna be fast forwarding again here just to the section, because when you rest, of course, the enemies come back. And, you know, again, the mosquitoes. So I just ran across, basically, from the cave. This is more or less the areas that I visited on the first time I came down to the swamp area. Oh, we're being summoned. I'm not actually going to show this summon. It did work out, I did get summoned. It was basically the same as what happened was basically the same as what happened when I fought in my last video, when I summoned for a couple of people and fought Kelag. It's basically the same thing. As you can see, my soul, my total souls has increased a lot because I managed to help the guy defeat Kelag. So that was good. Actually, seeing that dude near the bonfire kind of freaked me out because, you know, his helmet was all weird looking. By the way, so yeah, I did manage to help out whoever it was that summoned me. Again, it's basically the same thing that I did in my previous video, so I wasn't going to show that again. And this is probably a good place to lay down your summon signals or to turn into human, because quite a lot of people ask for help here or provide help here, especially either near this bonfire or near the boss itself. I think the boss is a bit hard when you're on your own, but much easier when you're with people. So I think I do fight K-Lag like 3 or 4 times really, because there's a bonfire near the area. You can lay your summon signal just outside the boss area, which is nice too. So there's not much risk, and the reward is you defeat a boss, you get souls, and you get humanity. Pretty decent outcome really. So here we're still just wandering around the swamp in this episode and seeing what items we have. And again, I'll be fast forwarding a bit. So again, fast forwarding in this area, you can see more items in the background. Heading the usual way, because at least this way you can avoid getting poisoned. From the swamp, that is. So moving on this way. Can we see some enemies? Not really. There's actually an item right behind me, but I can't see it now. But I'll come back to that in this episode. You'll see me collect it. So some new enemies here, some slime looking leech type enemies. But they're kind of easy to deal with as well, so long as you're not in the swamp and you can move around freely and you can hit them. So more items here. Always be wary of these mosquitoes because they follow you pretty tightly and they keep coming back, so it's always good to just keep moving forward really. Of course, be wary of any ambushes, but keep moving forward because the mosquitoes will just keep coming back. So that's the wooden plank area that we came down into the swamp from the top of Blighttown. So we're just about directly opposite it. And here I'm fast forwarding again just because we're dealing with more mosquitoes, and then running a bit forward. Again, this is just mostly to save time really, and dealing with more mosquitoes. We're still basically more or less in the same area really, just across the path into the swamp from the Blighttown planks. Still have leeches. There's actually a hidden pathway just in front of my character, where my character is facing. There was a bit of a glimpse earlier, but I didn't realize it at this point in time. I didn't know there was a hidden pathway, so I just moved along with this area. But I'll come back to that at a future date. With this playthrough, I intend to go to every area that's possible. Of course, if I go through an area and miss out stuff, I'll be looking at guides after I've been to an area, just to see what I missed out, if there's anything good or important, like a hidden area. So we'll be coming back to Blighttown in the future. But worry not, I think, I've done like the past 5 or 6 episodes have been in Blighttown, and in the future we very soon we remove ourselves from this area. I know some people are probably going to be bored with this area. 5 or 6 episodes is pretty long. I spent quite a long time here. And again, as I was saying before in previous episodes, the poison effect isn't really all that bad. It's the amount of life you lose isn't as bad as a toxic effect, and so long as you check up on your Estus flask and keep healing, and your magic spells don't randomly hit some random invisible object. and stop it from hitting the enemy. So yeah, so long as you keep your Estus Flask up, because your Estus Flask, god damn, some invisible barrier there. But anyway, your Estus Flask, they replenish at bonfires, so in essence it's kind of almost better if your resistance is high enough that, oh sorry, if your resistance is, you see, if you have a high resistance, when you actually do get poisoned, it takes longer for the poison effect to wear off, as opposed to if you have a low resistance, it's easier to get poisoned, true, but the effect wears off faster. So it's kind of mixed baggage there. But it's not that bad to wait out the poison, really, and just use Estus Flask. As you can see here, I probably used what, 2 Estus Flask, and even that was, I was hit a couple of times by the slimes. So, you know, if you want to conserve your purple moss clumps, you know, it's not that bad of a deal. So that's all the items in this area I think that we can get. Nothing wholly important, nothing wholly special, so I'm going to be fast forwarding my return to the area in front of the wooden planks that we returned to, that brought us into the swamp, sorry, from Blighttown. So you can see them across there. So this area is basically close to that. And this is that item that I mentioned was behind me earlier that I missed. So it's basically opposite of the cave. You can see the cave in the background where the bonfire is. And there's this item here, and this item is pretty decent for pyromancy users. And it's poison mist. You also get some armor. Really depends on what your priority is. Really makes out what armor you want to use. But anyway, the pyromancy spell you get is poison mist, which you can use to inflict poison. Pretty decent ability. Quite a few of the enemies in the game are poison. Can be, you know, affected by poison, so decent ability to have. Yeah, especially since it also affects a wide area, so you can hit multiple enemies at once. So here, one last thing I want to show. In this area, there's also another pyromancy trainer. At this point in time, I didn't know, but basically in this area here, near one of the pillars ahead, you'll also find another pyromancy trainer. For her to appear, there's been a lot of debate what actually causes her to appear, because no one's really tied it down properly. A lot of people say that your pyromancy flame, so the weapon you have to equip to use pyromancy spells, needs to be upgraded to level +10 for her to appear. And for me, unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why I can't delve into pyromancy in the future, because she doesn't appear for me. But anyway, on this pillar, basically, where I am now, on this piece of land, basically, further in front a bit, another basically witch should appear, who can teach you pyromancy spells, basically right where I am now, basically. And this is just opposite Kalex's domain, so you can see Kalex's domain ahead. So here there should be another pyromancy trainer, but she doesn't appear straight away. You know, certain requirements have to be met. So for all you pyromancers out there, keep that in mind. And yeah, I'm just skipping back to the bonfire here. Hopefully you guys understood what I was saying with the pyromancy trainer. There's a witch that can teach you more pyromancy spells, basically. And again, for her to appear, you need your pyromancy flame to be +10. So here I'm just looking at some of the items I received. I got a server weapon, which again, these melee weapons aren't going to be all that important to me personally, since I'm not a melee class. I'm also using the bottomless box here, and there's a pyromancy flame that you need to upgrade. And I'm also using the bottomless box to put stuff into storage, not wholly useful, but it helps deal with the clutter. So this video is almost over, I think. In a bit I'll show you the info for Poison Mist, the pyromancy spell we just obtained. So I mean, everyone can dabble in pyromancy basically, and I think it's a decent something decent to dabble into. I mean, you don't have to waste your soul levels into pointless stats except attunement, and even then if you really want more than 1 or 2 spells. So here's Poison Mist, and Engyi is the dude who I killed in this area guarding the white spider lady. So yeah, anyway, this is the end of this episode. See